Good evening, all. Welcome to today's session. Today, we are going to be talking about SME IPO, not just from a procedural or compliance point of view, but from a point of view where how it will help you expand your business and carry forward your legacy. Before we go any further, let me introduce you to our firm and today's speakers. We are consulting and beyond. Sorry, guys, 1 second. We are consulting and beyond, a business and financial advisory firm with over 25 years of experience, especially with SMEs and family-owned businesses, helping them maximize profits and raise funds. The team of more than 75 professionals, we are well clients, unlock their potential and expand their business. We operate in 4 verticals: management consulting, corporate finance, tax advisory, and auditing and assurance. Now, let me introduce you today's guest. He has helped SMEs list their companies in the National Stock Exchange with over 15 years of experience and has been instrumental in helping firms raise capital. So, Senthil Murugan, Senior Manager, National Stock Exchange. Thank you for joining with us today, sir. And from our team, Rathandeep Umesh, she is our managing partner and has been helping firms grow and raise funds through various means. And myself, Kowsik, and been part of the team helping the firms raise funds. Now I hand over this session to Rathandeep ma'am, and at the end we will have Q&A with Senthil sir to analyze these problems. Over to you, ma'am.
Thanks, Kowsik. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll share the screen now. So Kowsik has taken through us what the firm is all about and what is our topic today. So basically, we are looking at how SMEs can help us build legacy. See, India is a land of family businesses where all across the country we have businesses which are being carried out by the family and want to continue it in the future. How do we maintain this legacy as well as professionalize this entire business to take it forward for generations to come together? So, SME IPO is one way through which we can professionalize the business, still be a promoter oriented company, as well as make it a company where professionals can join and make the company grow. Uh, Predominantly, what is an SME IPO? If we are looking at legacy creation, we should also know, we understand that, we are from the business background, we are from family businesses. What is an SME IPO? See, if we look at an IPO is generally for organizations which are large scale. Once it reaches a turnover of around, let's say, more than 400 crores, 300, 400 crores, they can list in the main board IPO where they raise anywhere greater than 10 crores of funding. They have a capital of 25 crores plus and they can raise funds. But it's a unique system that is developed in India. In 2012, this was done where small companies of smaller size, can also access public funds for their scale and expansion. Which means I don't have to be a 500 crore company. I can be a 50 crore company and still raise funds from public and expand and grow my business. This is what SME IPO offers. And there are 2 exchanges doing this: NSE as an emerge platform and BSE SME exchange platform. Basically, it's a unique platform only for small and medium scale businesses to access the public for raising capital and expanding their business. So let's see how many MSMEs are there in the country. So these are rough statistics that we have picked from different sites. If you look at it from an MSME point of view, we have 6.4 crore MSME businesses registered under the Udyam portal. They are employing approximately 26.77 crores of people, contributing 30% to the GDP, with a manufacturing contribution of 35% and export share of 45%, which means the export share has expanded 3x in the last 2 years. And there is a digital adoption. 73% of the MSMEs are looking for digital adoption, which itself means that they will scale up faster from what they have been scaling up in previously. And a budget has been allocated 23,000 crores from the government to ensure that MSME are growing. So this is the status in which our country is. And now let us look at the statistics on how this has gone into an SME IPO, or what is the status of SME IPO. As of October, currently, number of IPOs done in the SME IPO platform are 1,358. Of these 1,358 companies have raised 31,000 crores, which is approximately, if you put 25 to 30 crores per company they have raised. Now, what has happened is, of these 1,000 odd companies have got gain in the listing day itself. Suppose the listing has been done in at 10 rupees, the gain itself would have been that day itself, it would have been 12 rupees or 15 rupees. It has improved in the share price on the day of listing itself. And of these 1,358 companies, you see 300 odd companies have gone migrated to main board, which means they have scaled up their business, become big enough to be migrated to the main board as well. Okay, so now, and you see the trend from 2012 we had 14 companies, 102 crores raised. To today, 2025, we have 17 companies raising 9,409 crores, which means approximately 1,000 crores. If you put it 50 crore per company, they are able to raise. So there is an acceptance in the market. People are willing to invest in small and medium scale enterprises, and we see that they are also becoming scalable. This is from the point of view of the companies. We'll also see what kind of sectors these companies are from. Predominantly civil and construction, 1,700 odd companies, textile products, logistics services, around 1,000 crores has been raised, not 1,700 companies, I'm sorry. 1,700 crores has been raised to civil construction, textile products 1,200 crores, logistics services 1,000 crores, other industrial products 1,000 crores, electrical equipments 1,000 crores. If you look at this statistics, the total of this comes somewhere around 6,000, 5,000 or 6,000 crores. But the amount raised is 31,000 crores. So see the variety of institutions, the variety of companies that are coming for SME IPO is, I mean, completely diverse. It could be a trading company. We saw recently a technology company, influencer marketing company also being listed. So any kind of company can list in the SME IPO segment and can raise funds for their growth and expansion. How many have come from Tamil Nadu? So far, 45 SME IPOs have come from Tamil Nadu, and we've raised around 1,500 crores, averaging about 30 crores in each company. If you look at it, we are the second largest contributor to the GDP, gross domestic product of our country as a state, and we are having 45 SME IPOs. Whereas other states, though they have higher contribution in the GDP, they also have other companies listing in the SME IPO. We need to understand what makes that happen, and can we embrace this SME IPO listing to make our companies grow. So in this session, while interacting with Mr. Senthil, we will also be understanding the nuances of how to go through SME IPO and ensure that, as a state, our ratio improves in this SME IPO space. If other states, other companies are able to embrace SME IPO and they are going ahead with listing, then there should be something that should be beneficial to them. Okay, predominantly the first benefit is access to capital. See, if we are working with banks, we can work on very collateral based only. So if there is a collateral to this extent, then they will provide some kind of funding to that extent. Let's say we work with a private equity or this thing, they have a limitation that at one point in time they have to exit. Now, where is that long-term capital that is required for the entrepreneur to grow his business? So if you look at this, listing provides that avenue of long-term capital. We can use that capital for expansion, working capital, technology, new product launches, whatever are the needs for the business to expand, we can use that capital for. Second one, enhance credibility and brand value. See, it is like this, okay. If we are doing a play, which means if the movie is released in one theater, people in and around people in and around can only view that movie. Okay. If the movie is listed in Netflix, all across the world, people will be able to see that movie. The same is case with SME IPO listing. We as private limited companies or partnership firm or proprietorship, we are operating in a specific geography or catering to specific kind of customers and needs, whatever is best possible through the visibility created by our existence. And suppose we get listed, people will get to know us. Oh, this kind of company is existing. Oh, they are performing really well. Good. Their performance is good. Why don't I invest in this kind of company? This is the kind of trust we will be able to build with customers, suppliers, bankers. Oh, it's a listed company. Means everything is in place. There is a lot of confidence that can be reposed there. The next part is liquidity to promoters and investors. There are investors investing in business. There are promoters who have invested a lot of their money in their business. At one point in time, even the shares are listed, promoter can also take a few portion as an exit from the market, which means for all the hard work that you have created over a period of time, a small amount of liquidation in the company will provide you all the wealth that you have generated through this company. Understand one thing. See, if even if we invest in land, building, plant and machinery, and all the assets in the business, they are all hard assets which take time to liquidate and encash. If you look at a share, okay, which is traded in the market, it is much more liquid asset and can be traded immediately. So that's the kind of difference as far as liquidity is concerned. The value of asset is only the value of asset. If land is worth 5 crores, it's like 5 crores. But if you are able to create a business out of it, and this can generate a profit of 1 crore per year, then you can get a value of around 10 crores. So this is the kind of valuation that you can expect in the market and the net worth that can be created for all the SMEs. The next is improved governance and transparency. So because we are listed, we have to follow certain compliances, certain processes, certain discipline has to be brought in the business to ensure that it is transparent. Investor can be confident of the operations in the company. The next part is growth and strategic opportunities. So when we are listed, no, a lot of people will get to know about us. Okay, people who wouldn't have thought that they will know about us. We can get offer for one, acquisitions, two, expansion. They want to collaborate with us in different states, different organizations, different geographical territories, even international collaborations. The suppliers which we were earlier looking at and the supplier we may be looking at after listing is completely different. Talent retention becomes much more easier. We can also engage with employees or members through an ESOP. It means it provides a lot of liquidity at both the ends, both at the member end and at the. So overall, if you look at it, an SME IPO is a benefit for an organization. One, it helps you raise funds for your expansion. Two, gives credibility to the organization, gives an exit option to the promoters or the investors, provides a lot of transparency and governance, and also provides growth and strategic investment opportunities as a business. See, if Chola or Murugappa Group have grown to this extent, no, one fine day they decided they have to list, raise capital, and move ahead and start lending more. That's how they have been able to do. If Tata is such a big group, it's not because it's been private for, it has been willing to build businesses, list them, and grow them further. Reliance started small, and today, if you see, it has a market cap of more than 2 lakh crores, which means consistently building business over a period of time, even in spite of liquidating a small portion of promoter shares, has made the company grow enormously. Okay, that's for the company. I, as a company, yes, if I get all these benefit, I should be listing or I am listed, let's say. Now, if I was an investor in your company, then what should I be looking at? If I invest 1 rupee and if I get 5 rupees, I should be more than happy, correct? Over a period of 4 5 years. This is what has happened in SME IPO, which has delivered almost 3 to 5 times gains over a period of 4 to 5 years once you are invested in NSE. It also provides access to high growth companies. See, if you are a 100 crore company going to the next 200 or 300, if you are structured and organized, it is possible and you can do. If you're a 1,000 crore company, it is possible to grow, but from 1,000 to 2,000, it's a journey on its own. So the speed at which we can grow as a small company is comparatively high, and investor will get access to this speed. The next is, if you look at it, exposure to business with strong expansion potential. So as I've already told you that, we as investors are looking forward for areas where the money can grow exponentially. And SME IPO gives us that kind of platform. Like, okay, how do we get confidence? See, if you're in a private limited company, right? If you're investing in a private limited company, you really don't know a lot of things what is happening within the company. But if you're in a listed company, then there is a lot of transparency. There is quarterly reporting, there is half yearly reporting. So some mechanism which will give us as investors a trust that we can move forward. So this is from the investor point of view. From the company point of view, we have a lot of benefits. As an investor to the SME, why people will invest in SMEs, that they get opportunity to make more money than otherwise. Now, just to quickly run through, we will discuss all this with Senthil sir as well. Just to quickly run through, there is 3 phases of an IPO. One is pre-filing phase, which means before filing all the documents with the stock exchange or the SEBI, we have to do a due diligence. We have to appoint intermediaries. We have to do the entire investor deck preparation, financial modeling, take care of the valuation. All those aspects we have to do pre-filing stage. Post filing stage, we'll have to, okay, this is now during the filing. Let us say what happens. We file a document called DRHP, which is nothing but draft red herring prospectus. In this, what is written in the document is the entire kundali of the company, which means what I'd say, right from the time the inception to till date, what has happened in the company, about the company, the market it faces, the kind of products it sells, the financials, the past, and what they are planning to do in the future, what kind of capital they are going to raise. Everything is being shortlisted and written in this DRHP. This DRHP is reviewed by SEBI. SEBI will review, okay, this looks fine, this company can be listed because public money is going to get into this. Post this list, this finalization, they will ask some query. If at all they ask some query, we need to answer it. And if everything goes through well, then an RHP is filed. Once an RHP is filed, everything is finalized. The pricing, the issue size, what kind of details that have to be given to public, everything is finalized. After this, there will be a roadshow. Roadshow is nothing but, let's say, if you want to sell something, no, you have to go to the right person who will be willing to buy. So we will be presenting this company to investors who can invest in volumes, to make sure that we get the right kind of investors and the right kind of quantum for our company, because we are going to do a public issue. Once we have completed the roadshow, we have got decent amount of investor interest, then we will go for an offer period, which is approximately launch the IPO basically for an offer, which is approximately 3 to 5 days of public offering, and then it gets allotted in 6 days after that, and listing happens. Once listing happens, the shares are listed in the stock market for public to trade in that shares, for public to invest in that shares. Post listing, so we've seen pre listing what are the things we need to do, during listing what are the things we need to do, and post listing there are some compliances and reporting that need to be followed, and if done regularly and religiously, the company will sail through in this listing platform. What is the timeline to go for an IPO? I understand there are benefits to go for an IPO. I understand this is the process, but what is it? So if we are in a proprietorship form, then conversion into a private limited company, complete the audited. So entire compliance have to be done. It takes anywhere between, let's say, 36 months onwards. Partnership firm, that also gets converted into a private limited company and then a limited company somewhere between 18 months upwards. Okay, small private limited company, but we have not been thinking of, compliance aspects or, statutory controls and thing. Then all that needs to be established. If we establish that, then we can go for an IPO, which ideally takes 12 to 15 months. If it's a company where already governance is in place, audited, due diligence, and almost DRHP is ready, kind of stuff, within 6 to 12 months, we can do an IPO. So this is a kind of approximate timeline. See, it can vary between companies based on what is their stage of operation as of now. And eligibility criteria, I think Senthil sir will throw more light on this eligibility criteria, but no issues. We need a paid up capital should be less than 25 crores before the post issue of IPO, track record of 3 years and more, promoter should be greater than 3 years. Conversion, so if it is a conversion, then 1 year at least after conversion, it is required for us to start with the listing. Financial performance, it should be EBITDA positive, at least 1 crore in last two of the 3 years. Net worth should be greater than 1 crore, net tangible asset greater than 3 crores. Dematerialization of shares have to be done. Greater than 20% cannot be issued as offer. Okay, there are two things in this. One is called offer for sale and one is called public issue, fresh issue. In offer for sale, the promoter can also liquidate a portion of their shares in public. So 20% of overall issue is capped for offer for sale. And as an individual, only 50% of the holding is possible for during the IPO. So these are technical details. We will get into it once we understand that, this is my interest and I would like to go for an SME IPO. Post this, we will move forward. There are different people involved in the SME IPO. First is the merchant banker or book running lead manager. And then we have peer reviewed auditor, then registrar, legal counsel, which is company secretary and, legal advisors, and somebody called as market maker. Market maker is somebody who trades on behalf of the company for any investor willing to invest in the SME IPO. As an individual retail investor also maybe. Yep, thank you. So these are the people involved. Some more people are also involved in marketing and distribution, but predominantly these people are involved in the SME IPO. And what could be the cost involved? So I want to do the listing, I want to raise capital, but we should know where we are heading towards. So predominantly these will be some of the cost. Merchant banking fee of 25. So an SME IPO may cost somewhere between 50 lakhs to a few crores, depending on how much capital we are raising from the market. Initially, the merchant banking fee will be 25 because he is the one who is mandated to do the IPO itself. So he is the one through which all the documents will get submitted to from the company to SEBI or the stock exchange. Then underwriting and fund raise cost. Let's say we raise 5 crores, then it can be anywhere between 6 to 10, 8 to 10% of the fundraise. Legal cost, audit cost, marketing, roadshow, listing cost, which means listing fee for the exchange, everything is involved. One of the key thing here is that Tamil Nadu government is offering a one-time assistance of 50% of the expenditure incurred for listing, subject to a maximum of 30 lakhs for successful listing on SME exchange. Which means if we list successfully, then Tamil Nadu government will give this amount a maximum of 30 lakhs as a subsidy for listing, which is a very good move because they are also encouraging a lot of people to do the listing. Now, apart from this, let's say what has happened in SME IPO. I've just taken few examples here. Let's say Insolation Energy is one of the company that has gone for SME IPO in 2022. The issue price was 38 rupees. The current market price is 170 rupees. Now, what is the big difference that has happened to this company is their revenue was 215 crores when they got listed, but their current revenue of FY25 is 1,334 crores after listing. See the kind of jump that can happen with see, there are two things that we have to do. One, financially we have to manage the money. Two, operationally we have to be successful. If we are successful, then sustainable growth in the share price is possible. Let's say drone destination. This got listed in 2023. Listing price was around, issue price was 62. Current price is 88. Okay, the gain is 42%. The turnover of the company has increased from 12 crores. So it got listed when the turnover is 12 crores, and currently the turnover is 25 crores. Similarly, other companies also. So there are companies of other way around also. Price has increased or decreased independent of performance increase, decrease, but all that is only for a short period of time. If you have to sustain long period of time in the market to build that investor confidence that we are going ahead and going to be here for a long period of time, then we have to work on our performance. And performance only can help us sustain here. Infosys has become Infosys because of its performance. TCS has become TCS because of its performance. And that's why that kind of huge market capitalization has also come in the mark for them. Some of the very old companies that have been listed and now migrated to main board IPO. Tejo Engineering is from Tamil Nadu, and they got listed at an issue price of 402 rupees in 2012. And today their share price is 1,811, which is almost 4.5 times the share price. Their revenue was 115 crores, and current revenue is around 552 crores. Significantly, they raised around 20 crores only at that point in time, 2012. Okay, but the valuation currently with 20 crores, they have improved their business, and they would have done a follow on also. But over a period of time, you become big, and when you become big, you migrate to main board. So this is a short story of how SME IPO can make our companies really big, and a dream of being listed and being visible, getting that kind of funding can be fulfilled. Now I request Mr. Senthil sir.
Yeah, Mr. Rathandeep. Yep.
Yep. So we will begin our Q&A session with Mr. Senthil. Senthil sir, I am here talking on behalf of my clients, and some of the apprehensions that they have been having on account of SME IPO. And I'm thankful to you to have obliged to participate in today's webinar where these queries can be answered. And you've been doing it at a very short notice. So thank you so much, sir, for that.
No, thank you so much for inviting me, and happy to see the participants level here this afternoon on Saturday. And it shows the kind of interest level on understanding about that fundraising platform to listing also. And you've been given doing with exceptional work in the consulting side. I hope this IPO SME IPO portal also could give you other leverage in the market, and you could able to service a few clients with this actually. And I've seen the way you presented, and most you covered most of the things what predominantly the SME clients will wanted to know at the early stage, who all wanted to get into the fundraising through SME IPO. So just to give you present before going for a Q&A's thing, the market is just about just started. I would say the question just built up actually. So specifically in Tamil Nadu, we've been seeing that we have closed around. I would say you've shown the statistics everything. No, the first 5-6 years we've got only 11 listing across India. Then now we have closed around 1,300 plus listing across India, including both exchanges. And even with that NSE, we have closed around 638 companies got listed. But out of 31,000 crore of fundraising, NSE alone did close around 21,000+ crore fundraising actually. So that fundraising is not a big deal now. The companies who have a potential business models have a higher good visionaries, the money is not a matter for. That's what the market shown to them. And that way we are very open to work with the good quality companies, and investors are ready to invest any companies who have a high potential growth platform potential, and as well as good mindset of the promoters to look forward to take it up actually. And currently, we've been seeing Tamil Nadu as a state, as I said, we have a good ecosystem of MSME. But as far as listing concerned, compared than other regions like even Ahmedabad or Bombay or Delhi, we are way behind that. But we see that momentum has started, and with professionals like you, we would like to take up to the next level with the in Tamil Nadu kind of place also. To what we've seen. Yeah.
Thank you, Senthil sir. Beautiful. So we will start with the Q&A, and the first question that comes to our client's mind is, if we do an SME IPO, because we are issuing shares to an outsider, which means public is an outsider, okay? Will we lose control in the company, or what kind of controls we will have in the company? Because என்னோட ஃபேமிலியா வந்த பிசினஸ், and இதுல நான் வெளி ஆள வேற யாரையும் எடுக்கிறதுக்கு விரும்பினா, what will be our position? This is one concern that some of our clients are having.
Okay. So first thing, people, இங்க எல்லாருமே தமிழ் தாங்களா? I can go to bilingual or how it's உங்களோட convenient actually.
Little
We request you to continue in English because we don't understand.
Not really, sir. We'll do it. See, one thing that first moment any company who wanted to go for a fundraising through equity beyond your conventional debt platform, when you go for a private placement or private equity, where you have a higher risk of losing your control. But if you don't want to have lose your control and want to raise fund, then listing is the only way for you to get into the equity funding. See, because when you go to the private placement or any venture capitalist or any kind of fund, the private people, when they come with the funding, they come with their own term sheet. You have to go with their own term sheet, where you have to give the fixed returns on a particular X on every after 3 years, after 4 years, whatever. If you are not able to give that return, then they increase the stake. That's they keep on increase their stake, and that's how the hostile takeover takes place. And even they take a chair in the board, they involve all your decisions making. And that's where your decisions getting filtered by the investors when you go for the private placement. When you come for a public listing, the 10 crore or 15 crore or 50 crore or whatever you're raising, that fund has been given by 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh people actually. So nobody has the control over your company. So people here just here to create their wealth through your company, not because nobody interested in your business. Everybody interested in creating the wealth through your business. That's why they're coming in. So the share which we are diluting, that whatever the fund we are raising, it's all from the thousands of people and lakhs of people. That's why nobody has that kind of interest to or coming into the company. That until unless you lose, say about 50-60% of your share, that 50-60 also getting accrued to a single entity, you don't have any problem with your control actually. See, if I don't know if it is a physical event, I would have asked the question here. How most of the people would have invested in equities, some of the stocks. Even I would since nobody. How many of you are attending AGMs here? I know people can raise hands or not. Even I could. Even I'll just ask you, Rathandeep, also. Being invested, how many AGMs you're attending? We are not attending AGMs at all. Even we are getting. You're getting that partially. I would say majority of the people not even e-voting also we are not doing it actually. That level of hold we have in the company level. See, our main focus to grow our investment. So any investor like that only. So nobody. So as a listed entity, you have to, as per the SEBI LODR guidelines, you have to hold AGM once in a year. Where people can investor can walk in, come in, they can ask question about your company, which is not happening at all. Nobody will to come there. But other than that, nobody has the rights to walk into your office anytime. So nobody has a control over a company.
Thank you, sir. So this clarifies a lot of things that, we can raise money, use it well for the expansion of the company, and still be answerable only once in a year when the AGM happens. That too, if somebody attends and asks some kind of questions.
Yep,
Okay.
yep,
Predominantly, that is where it is. So there is no direct interference in the operations of the organization itself.
right.
This brings us to the second part. If we have to scale up post listing, what are the prerequisite as a family business? See, sir, I have been handling family businesses which have two brothers, one sister, three brothers, and it is a entity which is more of a pyramid shape. There is a head of the family, then there are
Correct.
4, 5 siblings, and under them there is the third generation that is operating. Then if such a structure is there and still I want to go for an SME IPO, I want to go listing, then how should I manage the entire listing also and take care of the entire family legacy as well?
Yeah, very well. It's not, I think across India, I would say even specifically southern part, I would say 95% of the business or family run business. We call it one managed business. So where, no, when you decide to come for a thing, I don't think that you need to have a drastic change in terms of your business approach or even like, your structure of your ownership at all. Only thing as a requirement, you have to, if at all you are a partnership firm, you have to convert you as a private limited company. When you convert yourself as a private limited company, obviously the partners will become a directors. That one change will happen. Other than that, you have a say about 4 directors, 5 directors, whatever the portion of shares they have, they continue to go with that actually. And second thing, when they come for listing, the shares which they dilute, it is a fresh shares which they are issuing, then obviously the portion of their holding will reduce, but there is nothing that they lose. They continue to do their business on the existing mode itself. Nothing to be done. In spite, I would say it'll give them the very more structured and defined way of business model. Even just give you a, I would say, because when you go for listing, we'll be having a professionals into the board. We will be having a board in the system where you have independent directors, we have women directors, all will be in the system, or you'll have a CFO in place, you have a company secretary in place. So that will give you a kind of a very professional run system body into the system. I just give you a small example. I have one company working currently. We are working with one company from Tirupur. They are doing close around 350 crores of top line, and you would very surprised to know that they have hardly say about 18 or 17 point some crore of exposure of the banks for their, that's a maximum loan they have taken from the bank, which is very less for their thing. They're managing their financial, their cash flow very smooth. In spite of that, they're coming for listing, fundraising. The promoter, they told me, Senthil, we are 4 brothers. We've been doing the business for last 30 years, 35 years, I would say. Till now, we have not faced any problems. We've been doing it actually because till, this many years, if I have something, I tell something. There are a lot of arguments, a lot of discussions, but I say something. My brothers used to say, understand, listen, and understand, keep move forward. There are a lot of things. We keep moving that way only. Now, after the next generation, people have come. Now, though, if I wanted to say something to my brother's son, I'm thinking twice how they'll take it actually, because they all grow up in a different setup, different studied in different forums. So that way, now we wanted to have a, once we become a listed company, then there will be a professional in the board system, and there is a board to decide. Everything will be discussed and decided by the board. That's what they're coming for a listing. So that way, listing into the same listing for family companies, family businesses, it will give you a lot of professionalism in the system. There are a lot of structure into the system, and more than that, it will give you kind of when we grow further. If for anybody you want to look for other opportunities, even wanted to have a multiple expansion or go for a further expansion, it will help you a lot actually in terms of further infusing of capital. But because it's structured, we know, and every day the market capitalization gives you a market capital, give you a valuation. So anybody wants to have a further infusion of funds, you can take proportionally take the share into the system. So that will give you a very transparent and very structured way of developing the company to the next level.
Great, superb, sir. So even in spite of being a family managed business, we can keep the business separately, operate it professionally, make sure that we still have control over the business and carry on our family legacy in a way we have been carrying.
Really,
Great, sir.
of course.
That was a very good insight because that is where I will tell you a lot of bottlenecks have been happening on the SME IPO.
Mhm.
One more question comes. What is the time I should go for SME IPO? When is the right time or stage of the company that, we call it as an ideal time that I should go for an SME IPO?
So typically what we broadly classifies, say company who start with that, any company who start with their own promoter capital, after that the predominantly they rely on banks with the different exposures what they get from banks. And after that early stage of funding, they go for kind of beyond banks, whatever the structured product, whatever the beyond banks, then the company who's in the growing stage, they should approach for the SM listing. I would say what I'm saying is growing stage. Say any company who's starting of their operations, it would take typically 3 to 4 years to gets their business, their product, the service into the market actually. Then they keep working, they expand their business, they see that no, okay, they got this their space in the business actually. Then that market start giving a lot of business to them. Then they see they get stuck with the working capital. So beyond a level, bank cannot support them because every time when you keep going to the bank funding, you have to keep giving the collaterals actually. So ultimately, the first time entrepreneurs, they learn to having that kind of a collateral bank with them. Then obviously get stuck with that kind of a situation. So what we classify typically the company who's in a growing space, then they should come for a SME IPO stage. I predominantly the size wise, if we say 25 to 30 crores and above, I would say in terms of typical size, having closed around 3-4 crore and above profitability, then they look for a IPO size. Because if you see, as per that, eligibility criteria, you see an EBITDA a positive of 1 crore and above, that is there. But practically, if you see, for example, EBITDA 1 crore, if you come, no, the valuation will be very less, and typically around 10-15 crores of valuation will get. Who comes for 3 crore, 2 crore fundraising? Investors will not, willing to put fund in the kind of companies, because any company who come for IPO of 3 crore, 4 crore, or 5 crore max, no, that won't make any, sense for them to come. That's where we see that we NSE typically, frankly speaking, we don't encourage companies who come for close around 20-25 crores are minimum size of IPOs actually.
Okay, size of the IPO itself is 20-25 crores, which
25
means the
crore.
value.
Yeah, because what happened, no, what we see is at least we should have minimum 100 crore of market cap at the time of.
100 crores.
See, typically people will say, no, I come for IPO, I do it even a 5 crore, 10 crore, and 5 crore, 8 crore, 2 crore, 3 crore IPO and all. But doesn't you will not go through IPO will not go through actually.
Correct, got it, understood, sir.
An investor will not have an interest about this kind of small companies.
Correct.
Senthil
Right.
sir, I have one question. Is there a
Yeah.
maximum cap on the amount which we can raise through SME IPO?
So nothing like it,
Maximum.
sir. Nothing like it. There's no maximum cap. We have raised up to even till now. We have raised up to 196 crore in SME IPO itself.
For a single company.
For
I
SME
am
company,
telling
single company only saying. A single SME IPO, we did close around 190 crores.
okay.
See, typically what happened, sir, a company who looks for a close around 180, 200 crores and above, typically they go for a main board IPOs.
Yeah, correct.
We also
So
recommend
what
them
is
to go to main board.
okay? What is the difference between main board and this SME? What is the major difference?
Sir, major is any company who come for eligibility itself, they should have a minimum 45 crore of profitability for average of last 3 years should be there for main board IPO. And
So is
typically,
there
sir,
any compliance relaxation for main board
of course,
IPO
there.
and
Yeah, of course. Even I think one of participant have raised this question, how that compliance is then. So typically, listing itself, there are a lot of compliance been reduced because even your SME DRHP application will not go to SEBI for approval. It will get approved from exchange itself. You need to go for SEBI for approval, and even your post listing also. Main board, you have to do every 3 months once you have to do a financial results.
okay,
SME may 6 months once to do that too. You not to publish, you just need to put in a website, that is enough actually.
okay,
And main board you have to have a minimum, 1,000 applications should be there in the IPO. SME made is just 200.
Okay.
And see, kind of, even if you see that, IPO size, what we mentioned, even IPO size, we are taking up to, starting from, it's happening, so starting from 5 crore to 50 crore to 100 crore IPO size is happening. Main board, if you see, typically up to 200 crore and above would go for a size matters actually. 200 crore and above, normally it's a main board size.
Okay.
That's
So
a major difference.
less than 200 crores, it is SME. That's how.
Yeah, typically, sir, you can do it in
Okay.
SME.
Okay. 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 And another thing, is there any restriction on the nature of business which the company is operating? For example, I will give you an example. Suppose if we
Yeah.
are, say, a four-wheeler dealership, so can we go for
Okay.
SME IPO?
Yeah, it can be, sir. You have multiple branches. Definitely, you can do it actually.
Okay. Okay.
Typically, sir, I'll tell you, there is no specific sector wise, but investor mindset, and we have been working with a lot of investor group now, sir. Sir, investor mindset is like, no, if there is a single store or any, you have, if yours is 100% trading business, then investors' interest will not be much positive. That's the only valuation will be much less actually. Otherwise, there is no sector wise any issues.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so
So,
much.
so if we have a manufacturing unit or if we have a brand of our own, then there will be
Yeah,
investor
service
interest.
sector, dealerships, all been done actually.
Oh.
EduTech, all thing, fintech, EduTech, BPOs, everything can be done.
How do you
Yeah,
arrive at
yes,
the
sir.
valuation of a company, sir?
Sorry?
The valuation of a company. So how do they arrive
Sir,
at that?
so valuation of the company typically depends upon your business valuation. Business valuation 100% depends on your profitability. See, if you go to a main board, there are a lot of thing into it. For they do calculate the free discounting cash flow method, all those things. SME per se, typically the simple formula of price to earning multiple. P multiple. Normally, if you would have invested in equities, you come to know the P price to earning multiple. So every 1 rupee what you earn, how much time they are ready to give us a premium. For example, sir, it is industry wise, sector wise, business model it differs actually. SME typically it's a 10 to 15 P multiple is the average. It happens there actually. The P multiple is if you are making say about 10 crore profit, then your value should be around 100 to 150 crore or 160 crore, depends upon it, it get varies actually. See, it's again, I'll give you a small example, sir. If you're, for example, if you're doing a textile business in Tirupur or Coimbatore, I'll just taking an example. Textile mein, if you're doing a spinning, then your P multiple will be X, for example, 8 or 7 or something. Because not much, value addition. You just working more of OEM kind of a thing. You do same textile. If you're doing a garments and you're exporting, then your business model will be different actually. You will be in higher P multiples. And same textile may you are garmenting, you are exporting, and also you have your own brand and you have your own 20, 30, 40 outlets. Then your model is different actually. Then you'll have a higher P multiples. That's how the valuation differs actually. But 100% the valuation is about your profitability only, sir. So typically, for example, every 1 crore you make 10, 12, 13, 15 P multiples, it differs actually.
Senthil sir, I have one
Yes.
question. Actually,
Yep.
I'm not fluent in English. Can I speak in Tamil or Hindi?
Yeah, very, very much. Tamil would be fine. So I don't understand Hindi.
Actually, எங்க company manufacturing and trading.
Okay.
நீங்க சொன்னீங்க ட்ரேடிங்க்கு அந்த அளவுக்கு இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட்ஸ் பெருசா இது இருக்காதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு பட்
100% trading இருந்ததுன்னா
பட் அவர் ஒர்க் இஸ் எங்களது என்னன்னா 40% ஆஃப் மேனுஃபேக்சரிங் வி ஹேவ் த கம்பெனி இன் கும்ரி கொங்கி ஆல்சோ நவ் வி ஆர் எஸ்டாப்ளிஷிங் இன்னொன்று என்னன்னா ஒரு 60% வி ஆர் மேஜர் இன்கம் இஸ் வி ஆர் சோர்சிங் ஃப்ரம் ட்ரேடிங் ஓகே
ஓகே
எங்களுக்கு 3 இயர்ஸ் ஆயிடுச்சு வி ஆர் இன் 114 crores டர்ன் ஓவர்
ஓகே
அண்ட் பட் இப்போ வரைக்கும் எங்களுக்கு ₹1 கூட லோனே கிடையாது.
ஓகே கிரேட். ஓகே
பார்ட்னர்ஷிப் ஃபாரம் கேஷ் ஃப்ளோ எல்லாமே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நாங்க இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணது அரௌண்ட் 3.3 CR அரௌண்ட் தான். நவ தி கம்பெனி கேபிட்டல் growth is within 3 years it's almost 10 to 11 crores.
Great sir, super.
அப்போ இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும்போது we are looking for next levelங்கிற போது எங்களுக்கு எப்படின்னா எங்க மேனுஃபேக்சரிங்கும் ட்ரேடிங்கும் இப்போ ப்ராப்ளம் என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா, இப்போ சப்போஸ் இப்போ பெரிய கம்பெனி we are in oil and petroleum products majorly in fuel oil and turpentines like that. ஓகேங்களா? ஆனா இப்போ எங்களுக்கு ப்ராப்ளம் என்ன, எங்களுக்கு மேஜரா நாங்க இம்போர்ட் பண்றோம். இம்போர்ட் பண்ணி எங்களுக்கு பிளெண்டிங் யூனிட் இருக்கு, ஸ்டோரேஜ் பாயிண்ட் இருக்கு, அங்க பிளெண்டிங் பண்ணி சம் ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ் நாங்க விற்கவும் செய்யறோம். simultaneously we are trading that products also.
ஓகே சார்.
இப்ப இங்க இருக்கும்போது நாங்க ஸ்கேல் அப் பண்ணா மட்டும்தான் இந்த மார்க்கெட்ல ஜெயிக்கிற மணிக்கு இருக்கு இப்ப சிச்சுவேஷன். ஏன்னா இப்போ உங்களுக்கு என்ன ஷிப்பிங் லாஜிஸ்டிக்ஸ், இப்போ ஒரு கண்டெய்னர்ல எடுத்துட்டு வர்றதும் ஷிப்ல எடுத்துட்டு வர்றதும் there is a difference. அப்போ எங்களுக்கு என்ன, ஒரு ஷிப்ல எடுத்துட்டு வரும்போது காஸ்ட் கட்டிங் ஆகும், நாங்க ஸ்கேல் பண்ணலாம். இப்போ நாங்க இப்போ சப்போஸ் பெர் மந்த்துக்கு இன்னைக்கு 2000 டன் சேல்ஸ் பண்றோம்னா, இப்போ நாங்க ஒரு மந்த்துக்கு நாங்க இன்னைக்கு ஒரு 7 to 10,000 டன்ஸ் சேல்ஸ் பண்ற ஸ்கோப் இருக்கு. பட் மார்க்கெட்ல நம்ம ஒரு மோனோபோலியா ஆகணும், நம்ம ஒரு அளவுக்கு மார்க்கெட்டை காம்படேட் பண்ணணும்னா, அப்போ எங்களோட இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் பாத்தீங்கன்னா எங்களுக்கு நெக்ஸ்ட் தேவைப்படுறது பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு $10 million, அரௌண்ட் 80-90 crores தேவைப்படுது. அப்போ இப்ப பார்ட்னர்ஷிப் வரம் தான் நீங்க சொல்ற மாதிரி ஓகே வித்தின் 1 year 2 year நாங்க பிரைவேட் லிமிடெட் ஆக்குறதுனால சரி, இது எந்த வரைக்கும் பாசிட்டிவிட்டி இருக்கும்?
இல்ல சார், தட்ஸ் வாட் ஐ மென்ஷன் பண்ண மாதிரி நீங்க உங்க பிசினஸ் மாடல் டிஃபரெண்டா பண்ண முடியுங்க. நான் ஒய் ஐ வாஸ் சேயிங், நான் இப்போ வந்து ஒரு 100% ட்ரேடிங் அந்த எடுத்துக்க மாட்டேன்னு சொல்றது ட்ரேடிங் பிசினஸ் எடுக்கக்கூடாதுன்னு கிடையாதுங்க. ஏன் இன்வெஸ்ட் கட்ட மாட்டேன்றதும் ட்ரேடிங் பிசினஸ் ப்ரிடாமினன்ட்லி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ப்ராஃபிட் ரொம்ப கம்மியா இருப்பாங்க அவங்க. ஹார்ட்லி they do it for a very wafer thin margin. 2%, 3%, 1% ட்ரேட் பண்ணுவாங்க. வால்யூம் பார்த்தா இருக்குங்க 1000 கோடி கூட பண்ணுவாங்க. ஆனா பாத்தீங்கன்னா ப்ராஃபிட் இருக்காதுங்க. அதனாலதான் வந்து ட்ரேடிங் நாட் என்கரேஜபிள், நாட் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் சொல்றாங்க. அதர்வைஸ் நம்ம வந்து பார்ஷியலி மேனுஃபேக்சர் பண்றோம், நம்ம வந்து ஸ்டாக்கிஸ்டா இருக்கோம், we do ட்ரேட் நிறைய பண்றோம்னா நம்ம வந்து நிறைய ப்ராஃபிட் காமிக்க முடியுதுன்னா டெஃபினெட்லி பண்ணலாம், அது ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை கிடையாது.
இல்ல நிறைய ப்ராஃபிட் தான். நீங்க அந்த இப்போ நீங்க சொல்றதுதான் இப்போ 114 crores நாங்க போன வருஷம் அரௌண்ட் 2.53 crores தான் ப்ராஃபிட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். நீங்க சொல்ற கரெக்ட் தான். 3%. பட் இது ஸ்கேல் அப் பண்ணும்போது 100% இட் ஷுட் பி மோர் ஆர் லெஸ் ஒரு 10 to 15% போக சான்சஸ் இருக்கு.
புரியுதுங்க. ஓகே.
சோ இந்த மாதிரி
பண்ணப்ப நம்ம சார் இதுல வந்து நம்ம எப்படி வந்து உங்களோட ட்ரேடிங்கோ இல்ல மத்த பிசினஸ் உங்க மேனுஃபேக்சரிங் வந்து ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் பண்ணிட்டு உங்க ஆபரேஷன் எஃபிஷியன்சில எப்படி ப்ராஃபிட் மேல கொண்டு வரணும் பாக்கணுங்க. ப்ராஃபிட் கொண்டு வந்து அட்லீஸ்ட் நம்ம வந்து ஒரு 5 கோடி 6 கோடிக்கு மேல கொண்டு வர மாதிரி இருந்துச்சுன்னா பேஸ்ட் ஆன் தட் வில் see how to do it ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் பண்ண முடியும்னு பார்க்கலாம் சார்.
இப்போ நெக்ஸ்ட் 1 or 2 yearsல ப்ராஃபிட் ஒரு 5 to 6 crores வரணும்ங்கீங்க நீங்க சொல்ல வரது.
ஆமா, இல்லைங்க, நான் என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்னா இந்த 100 கோடியிலேயே ஒரு 5 கோடி கொண்டு என்ன வழின்னு பார்க்கலாம் நம்ம. அப்புறம் நீங்க அடுத்து பிரைவேட் லிமிட்டட் பண்ணிட்டு நம்ம ஒரு 200 கோடி போகும்போது அதுக்கு மேல என்ன கொண்டு வரணும் பார்க்கணும் சார். நம்ம இண்டிவிஜுவலா சார் when we see your books we can guide you சார், எப்படி கொண்டு வர முடியும், எப்படி ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் பண்ணலாம்ன்றது. anyhow you have Rathandeep with you, they can able to guide you actually how we can take it forward பண்ணலாம் சார் actually.
ஓகே சார். ஓகே, அப்ப ஒரு மீட்டிங் பண்ணி தான் டிசைட் பண்ண முடியும்.
கண்டிப்பா சார், because that is going to be an individual நம்ம depends on the case to case we have to work sir actually. That will come sir, and anyhow when we have time and through Rathandeep will try to catch you with நம்ம எடுத்துட்டு போலாம் சார், பார்க்கலாம் கண்டிப்பா.
ஓகே சார். ஓகே, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks Ansari sir. So Senthil, there's a next question that has come up which says how to handle the complexities of the initial entire listing process. They are saying hardship of compliance. அது எப்படி நாங்க ஹேண்டில் பண்ணணும்? How do we handle it?
That's where you are there now. You'll be there with them, they will do it. Sir, hardship of compliance எது கிடையாதுங்க சார். actually what I'm trying to say is see, initial listing documentations will be done through 100% you are the professional consultant appoint பண்ணிக்கலாம். You have a merchant banker with them. With that பாத்தீங்களா we have a proper checklist will give it to you. It's nothing that you're going to do anything like sir private limited பண்ணிட்டீங்கனாவே you are almost you are doing you are comply with the ROC. Other than that you're not going to do anything bigger than this actually. But whatever you have, see, whatever DRHP required documents, they are within the company only. We are not going to make any specific documents or compliance beyond that actually. What we're going to see sir are very other due diligence. You're going to see financial legal due diligence. You are complying with your tax part, you're complying with your statutory part, are you complying with your filings part? That's what you're going to see. That you have a proper professionals with you, consultants with you, they'll support you. And post listing also same things sir. We'll give you a compliance calendar. Every monthly, quarterly or yearly you have to submit this compliance calendar, will give you alarm. So all that you need to have is post listing you have to keep on company secretary with you sir. it'll be taken care, sir. Nothing much. And we are not even asking nowadays single paper, sir. All happen online only. So you need not to go anywhere. So compliance part is not like earlier. It's all very simple thing. If you have a small, a simple company secretary with you, post listing compliance will be taken care, sir. Nothing big actually.
Great, sir. So there's another question that has come. So valuation you have addressed. There's another question. So they are currently partnership firm, and
Yeah.
they have given all their partners properties as bank collaterals currently, and they're growing their business. What will happen to the personal bank collaterals, and how do we change the guarantees from individual case to in the IPO?
So two things here. When you become when partnership, then we migrate to private limited also. This continues actually. You will continue to give your collateral and taking it actually. Post listing, we will see it actually. This loan size, if at all, is less, whether we can able to structure it the way that loan can be, set off through the IPO amount what you're raising, we can structure it, or else it continue to go there. So the property will be, if you're interested, continue to keep the collateral with the bank and give the money with the loan with the bank company. Nothing to do with it actually. You can continue. The property is there with you only. When the company settle the loan, you take the property. Simple, sir. Nothing going to happen much actually.
Great, sir. Super. There's one more query that was there in my client's mind. Suppose my profit decreases suddenly, or basically US tariff, something like that, which is beyond the control and the measures of the companies. And if that has an impact on the profitability, then what will be the impact? How should they handle it?
See, sorry, I'm not actually clear the crux of that thing.
So
You're saying
basically,
that if the profitability is not happening for the way control, business is not
it is
happening with the
not
way they think.
continuously. No, it is continuously should make profit. Or if suppose there is something that happens to the profitability beyond the means and the
Yeah,
measures of
nothing
the.
like as a kind of a rule or something. You have to make profit continuously. Then nobody can predict the future. But you don't have the responsibility in anything because it's a equity fund you're raising. One thing that the fund what you're raising, any point in time you're not going to return the fund. If you are growing, the company is growing, company is continuously growing, your share price will keep increasing. You obviously the investors will get much benefit out of it. But if you're not performing particular year, the market is not supporting to you, can't do anything. That's how the share price will come down, or share price is not growing much. Nothing to do with that. You are not you not need to answer to anyone actually, literally speaking. But but nobody will like to do that. Every promoters, they raise funds to grow further. They want to take our company next level. That's what happened. Because why I'm saying is, for example, I'll give you an example. Like somebody's listing for say about 50 crore you're raising. Your market capitalization or valuation is 200 crores on that day. Share price of your company coming, for example, 100 rupees. After 2 years, 3 years down the line, you keep moving to 100 crore, 200 crore to 300 crore, 500 crores top line you're doing, revenue you're doing it, making profit, good profit. 100 rupees shares, you go to 500 rupees. Then your market capitalization is 5 times higher, 1,000 crores it will go. Then that time the only 250 crores, 200 crores only with the promoter investors, remaining 70 crores with the promoters only. That's how you create wealth. So that's how nobody is there to literally wanted to put down the company. So if the market conditions, your sales is or turnover is going down, no issues at all. Nobody's going to hold your collar and ask you why it has gone down. No, it's a market thing. You come up again 1 year, next year you come up, market supports you, you grow further. Obviously, your share price will taken care. Market will taken care of your market price. Nothing to do with this.
Great. So next, one more question has come. After SME IPO, after some years, suppose we don't need the money we raised, we have excess money with us. Can it be converted back to private limited company?
Yeah, if they want anybody, but hardly people does actually. Nobody does it. But if there is an option, you have a tender offer. Through that, you can give the money back to the investors. You can take your shares back.
Shares back, and we can continue to be listed also. Even in that, no, but we can't be continue to be listed because 25% we have to give it to public in mandatory.
Correct. Mandatory.
Okay. So one more question. Next question has come is that, as you said, trading business will be operated in low profit margin. What will be the minimum required profit margin to be listed?
So I would say minimum, as I mentioned, minimum 5 crore and above. At least I would say decent size of to go for a profit. With the profit, decent size of profit to go for listing, I would say.
Listing. Okay.
5-6 crore and above.
6 crores and profit after tax, you are meaning, correct, no, sir?
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Okay.
Senthil, one clarity. I think the question was about what is the profit margin, not the profit. Profit
Sir,
margin of
profit
the
margin differs, sir, actually. So we the market normally see at least 8 to 10% is a decent market accepts actually.
that is PAT, right? Profit after tax you are talking of?
Profit after tax I'm talking, sir. Sometimes it will go to 7 also, but depends upon the size we can do it, sir. But market typically see people who makes 8 to 10% as a profit margin, they're doing effective business.
Oh,
Okay. Vivek sir, just to clarify here, there are two ways of looking at it. So let us say we have a 5 crore profit PAT and we get 15 multiple, for example, then our valuation will be 75 crores. For example, I'm just giving you an
what is
example
that?
here.
What is that? 15 crores profit?
No, sir, 5 crores profit. Let us say as a
Okay.
company, we are doing 5 crores profit and our
Okay.
P multiple for our valuation sake, we take somewhere around 15 times.
Is it standard that 15 or?
No, sir.
That's
I'm
what
just giving
it
an
differs, sir.
example. It is
Okay.
an example I'm taking, sir. So it is an example. For example, if we have a 5 crore profit and 15 is the multiple, this multiple could be 10 also, sir, depending on the industry that you're operating in. So 15
Okay.
is the multiple, then the valuation of the company will be 75 crores.
Agreed. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Adela,
and we can raise 15 crores approximately, 20% or 25% of that we can raise as capital. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, now let's say this 5 crores can be 10% of your sale. This 5 crores can be 3% of your sale also. This 5 crores can be anything around that.
Okay.
Okay, so
when
if it is if it's a trading business and I'm doing a volume of around 200 crores and I'm still having 5 crores PAT,
Hmm.
I can still look at a listing.
Or just
Okay.
a 20 crore or whatever. That's what a minimum thing can be done. But typically,
Exactly.
sir, but what so I was asking that average industry profit margin expectation is that's what I understood.
Yeah.
So typically 8 to 10% of the profit margin, ideally there, sir, actually in all the companies, most of the
Oh,
companies.
oh,
Some of the companies, sir, I was surprised to see some of the textile companies which we are working, textile companies is showing around 17-18% of PAT,
oh, okay.
unusually.
Okay. Okay. And
So one any biggies in India, they are not because of their assets. They're big just because of their market cap only. You name it anybody, your Ambani, or Adani, or Kumar Mangalam Birla, Rajesh Damani, anybody. They are big just because of their market capitalization only, not because of the assets what they created actually. So here, what happened when your wealth creation happens only we start showing profit, then your valuation becomes because based on that your profitability only. Then your market capitalization go high because of that only. So what I was mentioned, I'll give you a small example, sir. Last year, I don't want to name the company. They were doing around 45. They have high profit margin company. They're a service sector. They have close around 25 to 30% margin, EBITDA margin, and they have 25% actually PAT margin they have. 45 to 45 crores they were doing a top line. With that, they were showing only 3 to 4 crore, PAT only. And at the time, one day when we meet, we convert everything. They were doing around 80 next year. They were doing 80 crore top line with a 27 crore PAT margin. You got it. So then we got listing of say about 70-80 crore. The fund we raised with around 250 crores of valuation within 2 years. With the 2 years, I would say 2 months. Now the market cap is 1,100 crores now. And now you see the only 200-300 crores market capitalization with the public, 800 crores with the promoters only. So promoters only. That's where we were keep saying whether you want to have 100% owner of a 100 crore company or 800 crore owner of a 70% owner of the 800 crore company, 1,000 crore company. That's the difference we make, sir. Actually, even you take even Mukesh Ji of Ambani, Reliance Group and all, he might have close around 90-20% only, not more than that. Actually, still is being richest person in India because of the market capitalization only. So the moment we started showing profit, we get a higher valuation in the market actually. That's how it works, sir. So that's why I keep saying that profit margin of around 8 to 10% or 12%, whatever, we don't restrict ourselves a margin or something. This much is a margin I can show people will see how much I can show, sir. We normally say, sir, you show what is there as a profit. Then normally, your valuation will be taken care. That's what the difference actually is.
Okay,
Great, sir.
I have another question. Now this
Yes.
P multiple on a conservative basis, what will be the P multiple means on the safer side?
Start from 8, sir. Start from 8,
Start from 8.
10, 12, 15, sometime 18 also.
Okay. Okay, fine. And another thing, in this, if we opt for SME IPO,
Yes.
currently ours it is a family-owned business. Okay, so
Okay.
at the year end, they give bonus to the what you call that family members who are into agro business. Okay, so that is a discretionary basis. The head of the family decides and he pays that. Okay, now if we opt for SME IPO, will there be any restriction on such payouts or any compliances to be made or something?
The bonus, if at all you're issuing bonus, it's for everyone. It's not only for your family members, sir, and only from the promoters.
Yeah.
Before listing, actually, when we
So
meet,
a
we'll give
bonus
you
it
a
is not
structure, sir.
equivalent. Yeah. A bonus
No,
it is
we'll
not.
structure your
It is
case, how that existing promoter should get benefit, how that you will be issuing your bonus shares already, whatever the reserve and
no. I am
surplus you
not
have.
talking of bonus shares. I am not talking of bonus shares. Bonus amount in cash they are paying. Not in cash. It is bank transfer, but it is not through shares. Bonus
Yes,
they
sir,
are.
So,
you're
but
saying about incentives in terms.
lump
Yes.
sum payments to the promoters
Yeah.
that has
Sir,
given us bonus,
yes,
sir.
that is a restriction, sir. It depends upon the SEBI guidelines. You can
Okay.
take as a remuneration or incentive this much percentage. It is there actually. For
Okay.
example, on your profitability, you can take up to this much percentage as an incentive or something that can be given, sir. Actually, but not like just like that. You can't give that.
Okay. Okay. What is that percentage? Any idea?
I'll let you know, sir. Typically, say about I'll let you know, sir. That actually.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Okay,
Thanks.
sir. I'll let you through the Rathandeep actually because there are some
Okay.
changes happened now. I'll let you know on
Okay.
that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks, Vivek, sir. So there's a next question. The way IPO market views the company's performance for investment is same like PEVC, or is there is a difference in that perception?
No, that's what I've mentioned earlier. PVC is something different. PVC, they come as I mentioned, no, they come with their own term sheet. But when I come for IPO, there is no term sheet. Nobody can have a control over any terms or something. Second thing, they look for a fixed return. PVC. When they invest in some X, they expect for 3x or 4x a particular timeline. Here, nothing like there is no like a fixed return. You have to give it to your investors. That market driven only, and they take a share in the board. They influence on your decision making. But here nothing. You have to take your own decision. You are going to run your business as like earlier, so nothing like it
Yeah.
actually. So these are the thing, and beyond that you have more advantage only, because if you're go for a private, your company is not being visible. But as Rathandeep has presented earlier, the moment you got listed, you higher visibility, you get higher credibility among the system. Whether people are trading or investing or not, your stocks been there in across forums, across reports. Your visibility and credibility will go much higher actually. That all higher and thing. And second thing, that you, as I mentioned, the wealth creation, when the movement got listed, after 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, you keep growing again, then market cap will keep increasing. That will give you much more wealth creation in future than anything.
Great.
That's all difference you have.
Great, sir. So I understand, but then yeah, everybody has this kind of doubt that this happens. So we'll take the last question and we will conclude, sir.
Yeah.
One of the participant is asking if it's an hotel business and what kind of valuation and how they can look at it, sir.
See, again, hotel business can be listed. There are a lot of hotels being listed actually. But again, what kind of valuation, what they'll get, we can only tell after seeing the books actually.
Okay, it's an asset-light model they're saying, but anyways, as you say, it's
Yeah,
better
if
to
it's
see
asset-light
that.
model, then it's much better. We'll get a higher, good valuation.
Got it, sir. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it was nice interacting with you, Senthil sir. I think we're just overboard on time also on this. If there is any query, so Divya, can you just share the link of, the form that we created where if somebody is interested in the SME IPO, they can write about themselves and then we will touch base with them and also connect with Senthil sir so that we can see how we can take them to the SME IPO listing also. Senthil sir, thank you so much. It has been an insightful session. In fact, I opened up a lot of things how some family businesses can look at SME IPO, how we can structure the business, how we can handle the compliances. And it's been a great pleasure interacting with you. I think we'll continue this interaction based on our clients' requirement as well and see how we can take this journey forward. Divya, can you just
Sure.
update in the
Thank you so
chat?
much.
Yeah, thank you.
Pleasure
Thank you
meeting
so
you
much.
all, and good to see you in that participations and interest level. And we are open anytime. Anybody have any kind of queries or any kind of clarifications, want to discuss anything, you can route through Rathandeep. You can actually visit our NSE office also. We are happy to host you. We can meet in person also. Okay, I know we can take it forward, Rathandeep. We'll do it actually.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.